Tonight's episode features true tales of the unexplained from your hosts, Peter and Chris. Some tales are of the paranormal, others mere coincidence, yet they remain unexplainable due to a complete lack of follow-up or research. But all these tales, every single one, takes a walk right through the Twilight Zone. We can't say that. That's not like Jordan Peele. He's got it right now. Oh, okay. Okay, a new one. But all these tales take a walk right through the spooky zone. That sucked. Please let me turn.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
And we'll have some music. Welcome to the podcast. This time it's different because, this things are going to get a bit spooky.
We're talking all things spooky today.
Oh, yeah.
Or tonight. Tonight, maybe you're listening to this, and you should be.
Yeah, if you're watching this and it's like bright outside or it's like noon or whatever,
yes.
Stop watching it or watch it the whole way through first, but then watch it again the whole way through, but at night.
Absolutely, it'll help us get those viewing hours up on YouTube.
The best way to watch this would be camping. 11. Oh no,
I just talked my candle out. Did a ghost do that?
Yes.
No way to know. But thank you and welcome.
Wait, how did it light
meeting.
again?
I lit it.
I'll cut out the part where you light it with the lighter.
Okay.
It'll just be like...
It's lit again.
Oh my god.
This is already fucked.
This is way too scary.
Welcome to the meeting of the Midnight Society. And thank you for your story offerings. And also thank you, Peter, for meeting at 3:45 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. It's just, It is like, it's easier to meet.
Yeah.
Midnight is late.
The original Midnight Society that's quite a commitment.
Really, because you have, you're going to have a whole day? You're going to have your whole day leading up to meeting at midnight? I'm tired. Like, what time are you waking up at?
I got stuff to do.
Exactly. So, like, say you wake up at 10 a.m., which is, that's kind of, it's early for me.
It's pretty early.
That's
early.
I like waking up at noon.
Yeah, I mean, 10 is...
Or getting out of bed at noon.
10 is early.
Yeah. Because, and then so you're going to wait at 12 hours until the other 10 rolls around, and then you still have 2 more hours before you meet at midnight to tell spooky stories for, I don't know, how long? An hour and a half.
Yeah. And
depends on who you invite.
Yeah.
They can talk a long time.
Take you on a partner. Big walk. I'm a married guy, so I got to be like, hey, is it okay if I, stay up much later than we normally do, and then I'm going to leave the house?
Yeah.
At 11:30, 11:20, depending on traffic?
This is just better. So
to make it to Midnight Society at midnight?
No, 3:45 Society.
Respectable, spooky. Still spooky, though. Still very spooky, though.
Very spooky time, depending
society.
on how you look at it.
Yes.
Just before rush hour. Oh. So, Peter.
Beat the traffic. Yeah.
We want to talk about spooky things. And in the news, I don't know. Here, I have an offering.
Oh, you have an offering.
I'm going to put my candle down.
Yeah, that's fair.
For now.
Can we talk briefly before your offering about how... So I'm kind of doing like an evening thing, even though it's clearly not the evening. But I feel like fairly spooky, but maybe I didn't fully... get there. I feel like you went all the way spooky because you appear to be in some sort of murder.
I'm in a murder den.
Yeah.
A murder basement, a murder den, or a ben, like I said first.
Did you
I'm in a murder ben.
Where did you find this?
This is my house. This is a area of my house. This door right here, where does that lead to? Nobody knows. I've never opened it. And maybe we'll open it on the episode, but it's fucked because it could be locked. I've never even checked.
I don't like this.
It's freaky,
too scary.
Man. It's freaky.
So if those of you are at home are wondering if this is going to get spooky, I don't know. My friend Chris over here has an actual place to murder people.
I could get away with a murder in here, for sure.
At least for a day.
Let me bring you my offering.
Oh yeah, bring offering.
Because alien sightings during the COVID pandemic have increased significantly. So people are claiming that they're seeing more and more aliens. I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I went to a cabin 3 weeks ago.
Oh, it's getting spooky. Do it spooky. Do it spooky.
Oh, it will be. The story itself.
I don't even need to ask for you to put anything on. Okay.
There was we rented this cabin and it was, in the backyard is basically wheat fields, right? It's just acres and acres of Ontario farmland. In the front, it's a lakeside property as well. So it's a cool cottage. That's what they call them in Ontario. Cottages,
a cottage,
not cabins. That's a BC thing, apparently.
Yeah. We call them cabins. We got cabins.
Yeah. So in the backyard was this wheat field. It was a very it was a beautiful night.
This happened recently. This is recent.
Recently, 3 weeks ago. We all go out to the field, and then I swear to God, there was these two lights that were above each other. So I couldn't even go and they were blinking like that, but they were above each other. It was we've seen planes, right? There's blinking lights we know what planes look like. We know what satellites are. These were two lights traveling vertically and staying in a line. And I was I have no idea what that is. I just haven't seen anything like that. And then it went like this. It traveled across to the right. Okay. And then it went up quickly and then disappeared.
For real?
Yes. It went like that and then up. And it was just gone. It was going up and out.
You know what?
I don't know if here's the thing. Aliens, sure.
Yeah.
I do believe them.
You believe what they say? Them. You believe them when they say stuff?
Yeah. I believe them. And when an alien's telling me their story, you have to believe them.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of believe in them, I think. Doesn't it? The world is so big, the universe is vast. There has to be was it Carl Sagan or somebody says egotistical to not believe in them. Yeah. That you're the only thing.
And I to that point, there is a part of me that's I'm not a conspiracy guy about all the pandemic stuff, but there is a part of me that's I see. I'm not trying to start a thing. I'm not trying to say I believe them. I'm just saying some of them. I'm I get where you get there. Yeah. I can see how you get to this place in your mind where you're it's orchestrated by the government because aliens and they're trying to get us to control us all because they're getting us ready to be yo, by the way, there's for sure aliens.
It's very easy to let your mind go there. Yeah. And I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
That went like that. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
It could be explainable. It probably is.
And if you were a bit more of a dumb guy, you'd jump to some conclusions, or maybe you were, I'm
a bit dumb. I am already. I'm at
And what level of drug were you on at that time too? That's the other thing.
Sorry, this is kind of spooky.
Okay.
In the background, when you were just talking, somebody walked out of your bathroom and into the kitchen. There's somebody in your frame right now. There's somebody just...
Don't scare me. Don't do that.
There is a woman in your frame. Just off to the right. Yes, there is.
There are no women in my frames.
Are you kidding me? You don't see her. She just spoke.
Okay, this is a perfect example.
You just playing along with that for a second actually did get me a bit spooked out. Spooked out?
Yeah, you were spooked out. That's fair to say. That's fair to say. You were spooked out. But okay, no, this is a perfect example of how science usually just kind of whoops. It'll be oh, I saw two lights and they did this and this and this. And then somebody will be oh, it was swamp gas, which is the classic thing that it isn't or whatever.
Swamp gas.
But for instance, for those of you at home, watching this,
Or listening.
we have another camera up here and that's what Chris is watching. He's not seeing this camera until the release day.
Right.
So he has a wider angle. See, this is a science. It's removing the spookiness.
Right.
Science is because the wider angle showed my wifers walking and now she's jingling keys. But they're not going to see that.
Right.
They don't get to see that.
Right.
So it's just from your perspective, it looks spooky as all hell. But in reality, it's not a thing. Now, I don't know if the lights are the same thing. The two lights and then going up. That might be
another
spooky as all hell.
That is spooky that, it was in a CBC article I was reading. It was like it was saying that they're on the rise. Alien sightings are on the rise.
Yep.
They are saying that most alien sightings are witnessed as well. It's not just one person going, what the fuck is that? Here's my story. Here's my shitty camera footage.
Yeah.
It's almost always a few people. There's a witness there that goes, yes, I can corroborate that.
Is this that New York Times saying this?
This is the CBC article.
Oh, the CBC, right. That's also reputable.
Well, exactly.
That's like 50% as reputable as the New York Times.
This article wasn't saying they exist. This was saying that people have seen them.
Yeah, but you put
during
that
COVID.
article
We're all
and the New York
bored.
Times article together. Now you got two articles.
Aliens exist.
Yeah.
Aliens are real.
Everybody sees them all the time.
And now, have you ever seen an alien? Have you ever had anything have you had any encounters? No is a fine answer. You don't have to.
I have a few offerings.
Oh, you have an maybe there is
ready?
A different
Nope.
than aliens?
It's the paranormal. It's aliens.
Okay.
Or some sort of intelligence we are not aware of.
All right, offer it up. Let's hear this.
The year is 1992.
Okay, sounds really for real. It sounds
the summer of 92.
Okay, it's the summer.
I am a couple of years old, and we're playing in the street. I'm living that classic privileged suburban lifestyle in Calgary.
Yes,
you know what
I've
I mean?
seen your childhood home. It's,
cul-de-sac.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of traffic. We're all just running around having a good time.
Learn to ride a bike on there.
I learned to ride a bike on nice flat pavement and a
basketball
field nearby.
Hoop on the street.
I was
dunk.
Yeah, I was way too weak and constantly reminded that I was a big weakling. So I did not have the basketball thing.
Right.
Okay. I forget what we were playing. Maybe some water pistol type games.
Okay.
Having a good time with the water pistols. And one of our neighbors has a sort of a chain link fence. It's tall. It's a tall fence, but you can see through it.
Yeah.
And I run down the side access sidewalk between her house and the side of another house. It's like pretty tight quarters. Houses squeezed up next to each other.
Sure.
And I'm running down there, and the water sports game is going on. That's what I call a water fight.
Yeah.
And I run down to try to get to hide, right? And I go up against the fence, and her dog comes around.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, oh, hi, hi. I can't remember the dog's name. I'm just like, hi. I'm trying to pet it through the chain link fence, and you said the fence is here.
Oh yeah,
and you're just like this,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're doing this, trying to pet the dog.
Yeah.
And nobody's getting satisfied off that. The dog is like, this doesn't feel that good. And I'm like, I can't get enough fur.
Yeah.
I want to pet you.
Yeah, you can't get your fingers in there.
I'm having fun though. I'm like, that's fun. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And then I go to leave to go get back into the water fight, and I turn around, and I just for kicks. I'm sure you've done this as a kid. You try to see if you have telekinetic powers, or you try to see if you can do things.
Oh,
what if I have a superpower? You know what I mean? You try to open a gate real quick.
You just give it a shot. Give it a try. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I still do that as a 35-year-old. If nobody's around, I'll just be like, trying to open a door.
Who among us doesn't walk into a grocery store and the automatic doors? Just give your hand a little wave and pretend that you did it.
Is it subtle? You're just it's in your pocket and you're just like,
I'm Magneto. Just I do it every time. It is satisfying. There's something really satisfying about waving your hand at an automatic door.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I agree with you. I'm there with you. So okay, but this isn't. No, I don't. I wasn't a telekinetic thing. What this one was is but this is the sense of like, oh, nobody's around. I could do this dumb thing that everybody would laugh at me for, but I can be serious about it. I'm not going to be like, I wonder if this dog can talk. I look at the dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't Lassie. I don't know. I need a dog. I don't know.
Sure.
Give me a dog name.
I like Lassie.
Lassie. So I'm like, I look at Lassie.
Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan the dog. It was
Okay.
like a little brown dog, a little medium-sized brown dog. And I look at the dog. I'm like, Donovan, hey, Donovan. This is supernatural. And I'm like, hey, Donovan, can you understand me? Like, can you understand what I'm saying right now?
Okay.
And then Donovan goes.
What?
Donovan goes.
He winks?
Yeah. I swear to God, the dog was looking at me and was like.
He just does a soft, slow wink.
Wait.
Donovan the dog winked at you.
And I ran out of that little alleyway. Full tilt. Full tilt run out of the alleyway. Okay? So
That's
and maybe
that's the ending of the,
yeah.
That's where the story was going.
Yeah, that's the whole story.
The dog winked at you.
Yeah, the dog kind of, and it might have been more of like this, like a.
Sure, yeah.
It could have been a blink, is what I'm saying. I think
No.
It was a wink.
You asked Donovan a question,
Yeah.
and he answered. Wink. And then he
Who
said,
does that?
Exactly.
The only
But an alien. An alien dog.
An alien inside of a dog. It's either alien inside of a dog or dogs can understand perfect sentences and are complex, and we should be researching that. Where's the New York Times article on how smart dogs are?
I mean, I'm sure there is one. They are intelligent. Like they
Super
can
intelligent.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But it was
like
spicy.
that was a unique sentence, you know? It's probably
And-
not. What
yeah.
if you just uncovered an accidental dog trick? Like you don't know this dog and the owners have trained it. Like, do you understand me? And then the dog winks. Like that's one of its tricks.
I remember
What a
as
waste
a kid,
of time. What a shitty trick.
I remember as a kid being legitimately freaked out to the point that I still remember this happening. I still remember this.
Yeah, this story has traveled with you. I didn't know where this story was going. I didn't know.
Yeah. Didn't go very far.
I'm surprised you haven't told me this story before. This is huge.
sometimes
this is major. A dog winked at you.
Sometimes a trip is to an abandoned castle, and sometimes a trip is to the 7-Eleven around the corner. Okay, so it was a small trip, is what I'm saying. It was a short trip, but nonetheless, I'm glad I took you on it.
Okay, I have another offering.
Oh my God!
It's a very similar sort of
The midnight. I don't have a
scary
candle.
story.
The Midnight Society.
3:45 p.m.
The next offering.
Look at like that. That's
Yeah.
very like wee willy winky runs through the town.
I don't know what that means.
There's some rhyme, right? Isn't there some poem? Wee Willy Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown.
I
Come
think
on.
you made that up.
I can't write.
I
That
think you
was
just
brilliant.
made that up.
Wee Willy
Okay.
Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown.
He has it. Okay. Go on.
I don't know. That was
What happens next?
He carries a lantern around like that, right?
Do the next
He's
verse.
looking to the shadows.
Yeah,
I'm
do
gonna
the
look
next
it up.
verse.
I'm just gonna friggin' look it up.
No,
I'm gonna
just
tell
do
this
the next
scary
verse.
story, and then we're gonna look
fine,
it up.
Fine.
Okay, so it's just 3 weeks ago again. I make an appointment for
Is
a
this
haircut.
same time?
This is this
Like
was
the night before you see the aliens.
yeah, I was having a week. You know what I mean? So I make an appointment for a haircut. So my hair is very long. I hadn't had it cut in a long time. It's COVID
Okay.
long, right? I'm growing it
yeah.
out. I go to the hair salon. I'm wearing my mask. They're wearing masks too. I'm the only person in the store. They're booking customers one at a time. Okay? They take my temperature at the door. Crazy. Already cool. I sit down and I'm getting my hair cut. He asks what I want, and then he says there's no more talking because we don't want to spread anything around.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, great. There's no more talking. And I'm looking around at this hair salon and I'm like, this is nice. I haven't been here before. This is the first time I've ever been here. It looks good. I'm like, I'm going to come back. He finishes the haircut. I go to the register. And they say that'll be $100.
Is that the story too?
Yeah, $100.
Did you
For
not
this
check
haircut.
the price?
No, I didn't check the price. I had never
This is
been
the
there
problem.
before. Well, also, even if they had prices online, these are COVID prices too. They're booking customers one at a time. This is a luxury. This is
So everything's more expensive
increased
now.
price. Oh yeah,
Right.
Now, I'm now forking out $100 for this
And then you're like,
plus
oh,
tip.
I got to tip the guy.
And then when you're tipping on $100, you're not, oh fuck, $10 as a 10% tip, but $10 seems like a lot.
So
Right?
you've got to do, So if
I
you're
do
gonna
20%.
So now you're doing
$20
$20, which is the price of a haircut I'd like to pay for.
That's the price of
The
3
tip was the
haircuts.
haircut.
But I mean, look, it's growing in nice. Like, he did a good job.
It is, it's a $100 haircut. Let's be honest.
Oh, thanks.
I have another offering.
Oh shit, you got an okay? Offer it up.
Are you ready for this? The 330 Society.
Yes. Before you offer,
Oh yeah.
let's go to a commercial.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Sattva mattresses. Sattva, feel the best way to be yourself.
Sattva mattresses. It's we are proud supporters of Sattva mattresses. They're a very comfortable mattress. I've slept on one myself. Had plenty of nightmares on my Sattva mattresses.
I find that they absorb sweat and blood and bile very easily. So, Sattva mattresses, absorbent.
Okay.
Hide your screams. Sattva mattresses. Just
Scream into the night with Sattva mattresses. You won't feel the person beside you move because they'll be dead. Sattva mattresses.
Sattva mattresses.
The very restful sleep.
You won't even feel the people underneath the mattress that you've put there.
You won't feel
Sattva
the people
mattresses.
in the mattress that we put there. Sattva
Sattva
mattresses.
mattresses. You sleep the sleep that you'll sleep when you finally rest in your coffin at the end of your short and miserable life.
Yes,
Sattva
our mattresses
mattresses.
fold over into coffins. You can fold yourself like a burrito and die.
Sattva mattresses.
All right. Okay. That was a fun riff on Sattva mattresses.
Go fuck yourself. Sattva mattresses. That's my last one.
Okay, so you have an offering.
I have an offering for the Midnight Society.
Okay. I'm prepared.
I do need to put a warning in this story. Actually, I'm going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to check for hairs. I keep getting beard hairs in my microphone because I push my microphone into my mouth.
Okay.
Now, the second thing I'm going to do is a warning, as this story does contain spiders. So if you don't like spiders, skip to 54 seconds later.
Oh, it's a quick one. Something just knocked on the window and it actually
I saw that.
freaked me out.
That was kind of scary. There was a light too. There was a light that streaked across the wall.
There was?
Yeah. It was pretty startling. It wasn't not scary.
Don't.
I think it was a car passing by.
Oh, okay.
Although you're in the basement.
Don't. It's so easy to get startled. Like if somebody opened that door,
Yeah.
and again, I don't know what's behind that door.
Yeah.
But if somebody opened it, that'd be freaky. So, okay.
The handle
Sorry.
is turning. The handle is turning.
Fuck off. That
You are sweating a little
I
bit.
did.
I think I got
I
you. a bit.
legitimately got spooked. Okay, so spiders. Let's talk about something less terrifying
Than what's going on behind you.
ghosts behind the door. Okay.
Yeah,
Spiders.
That's fair. Okay. So, the year is 2007.
I love that. It's a
We're
good
both at
year.
university together.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're 1 year into the Obama presidency. Is that right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna look that up. 2006, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on, let me look this up. Okay.
2006.
In office. Oh, I'm wrong. In office, 2009.
Okay, so you're 1 year out of it being 1 year until.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2 years before Obama.
Great.
So the world is meh. It was
meh.
bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible yet, but it was meh.
Okay.
And that doesn't matter at all. That doesn't factor into the story. I'm at university.
Fuck. Okay.
We're not editing this. It's going in raw.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Obama was still a twinkle in my eye. I was working at a restaurant called the Noodle Box.
Right. I remember
All right.
that. It's a good restaurant.
Yeah.
If it still exists.
I would often be in
post-COVID,
kind of.
go there.
I hope it does. I was the. They would call me affectionately the dish pig.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would always be in that kind of grubby, dirty area or whatever.
Yeah.
And I, so, you want to get home, you want to take a shower, right?
Oh yeah.
So-
when you've been pigging around in that dish pit. Fuck yeah. You're gonna little dirty little piggy boy
Now,
coming home from work, you little pig. Gotta wash
So
your
this-
little piggy body off. Your your filthy little pink pig body. Oh, I saw the light.
yeah, that's for sure from a car. Although it does weirdly go into the door. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go across the door frame. It goes inside the door.
I know
And then
it's
the
coming
door
from that
shakes a
window.
little bit. I noticed the door shake a little bit.
No, you didn't.
Is the hole that those pipes in the background go into, or is that supposed to be getting bigger?
Finish your little piggy story.
Is that okay? So I get my little pink body in the. I am pink. I do have a pink body. I have like a little rat body. So I get into the shower and I shower off, and I get out of the shower, and I'm like drying myself. Oh, it's important to note that at this time of my life, I had long hair.
That's
down
right.
to
You
here.
You look like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
why I
it was
did it.
It was hair like that.
That's why I
was.
grew the hair out.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, it looked awesome. We're throwing up a picture right now, and it looks.
Yeah, we'll
so,
go the headshot.
Yeah. So I'm like drying my hair, and I look down at my hands, and there's a little spider, tiny little spider, the size of like a small spider. You've changed your zoom background.
That's your headshot from that time. You can't see your hair.
That looks dreamy.
And you're upside down. I'm not going to spend time figuring that out.
I'm handsome.
Yeah, we'll throw the link up to your headshot for everyone to see.
A little spider on my hand. And I'm like, brush it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that all about? Whatever. I'm clean. I come out of the shower. Fine. It's fine. That's freaky, though. Next morning, I get up. Oh, I've got class. I better shower.
Yeah.
Head into the shower. Scrub my hair inside the shower. Bring my hands down. A couple of spiders.
What?
There
So
are
you just-
spiders.
You have a spider's nest in your hair?
I'm assuming what's happened is a large mom spider. Mom spider? Mother spider?
Yeah, mother spider.
A mother spider has burrowed into my scalp a few layers deep or something and laid like a 500 billion eggs, maybe. And so I've got all these little hatchlings coming out of my hair. This is what I'm freaking out.
Of course.
Absolutely freaking out. I go to the doctor's office on campus, the campus doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the waiting room. It's like, hey, I just need to get checked for some stuff. And they're like, okay, they're like, oh, what's the nature of your visit? And you're like, I don't want to tell you. You're like a student. You're a university med student. I'm not. I'll tell the doctor when I get into the doctor. So I'm like, yeah, I just need to check out something with my hair, like maybe an infection or something.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the waiting room. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, what's going to happen? I think I skipped class, which I did that all the time. And then I get into the doctor's office, and I'm sitting there, and the doctor comes in, and I'm like, okay, doc, so here's the problem. When I showered yesterday, I had spiders in my hair, and then the next day, there was still spiders in my. And as I'm saying all this, I realize, I'm like, oh yeah, I work at a restaurant, and I'm in the dish pit all the time, and I'm a filthy little pig boy. And I'm standing on the grease trap. I don't know if you've worked in a restaurant before or if any of you have seen a grease trap get opened.
Disgusting. They
First
smell
of all,
awful.
Horrible smell. And full of tiny little spiders.
What?
I assume they feed off the grease or something. They
Oh.
love full of
Gross.
it, chock full of little spiders. And so whenever that gets drained, some of the spiders come out and obviously into the restaurant. And I'm wearing fabric over my hair and my hair's all tied back in this tight fabric. So I'm it's just a couple of spiders from the grease trap that have
Ew.
crawled up into my hair. Okay,
It's
yeah,
disgusting
I'm
still.
telling the story and it's still a disgusting story. Of
course.
It's just not very spooky.
It
It's
is
more of
that gives me the chills. I hate spiders, and you even talking about them being on you makes me. Yeah, that worked. That was a scary story.
Well, and I can tell it's giving you shivers. The person behind you is trying to hand you a towel
Get
right now.
out of
I'm
here.
not. Hey, Jax.
Here's one thing that I remember from working in a kitchen about a
Yeah.
grease trap that I'll never forget. Just one of those quick little things.
Yeah.
I remember the chef at the time, there was a mouse in the kitchen. Restaurants have mice.
Yeah, I don't know if you've
He
ever heard of
took
a restaurant before.
He took a towel and he took he grabbed the mouse.
He
And
grabbed
then-
it? How do you...
Well,
that's
with
a-
the towel, it was kind of
Yeah.
like a sickly dead mouse, right? It was alive though, sort of.
But it wasn't doing great.
No, he could pick it up with the towel, and then he just sort of tossed it in the grease trap. It was
You
fucked.
can't just do that.
It was fucked.
He
I was
opens the
what are you
grease trap,
doing?
throws it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that, I don't think.
know.
Right?
Oh no, it was a barrel of grease outside. So the grease trap had just been emptied. So it was a barrel of shitty grease. And he goes outside and he just dumps this little mouse into the barrel of grease.
And then
And I'm
what does he
"Oh
do
my
with the towel?
God."
Throws the towel in the laundry it'll be fine?
I mean, I'm sure he threw it in the laundry, yeah.
Or was it one of those classic chef ones where it's on the shoulder? So he takes it off his shoulder, picks up a mouse, throws it in a grease trap, puts it back on his shoulder.
Yeah. I mean, this wasn't a very clean restaurant, obviously.
Do you feel comfortable telling us what restaurant we need to now avoid forever? Are you going to put this restaurant on
doesn't
blast?
exist anymore. It's in Victoria. It was a little Greek restaurant that is definitely it's not around anymore.
Was that one that got shut down because of all the mice in the food?
Yeah, the mices in all the
mice.
feeds.
The mice in the feeds.
The mice in the feeds. I have another offering. One sec.
Okay, you have another offering. Okay, because then I wanted to get philosophical on you when you're ready.
My offering begins now. This is a true story. Okay.
I'm terrified already.
It happened to a friend of mine.
Oh my God.
In that
It happened to one of my friends?
It happened to me. Okay, there's a there's a real ghost behind you now. There's
Oh my God, that actually did scare me. That actually did scare me.
that is an excellent offering from your wife, Julie. That was a good scare.
That actually scared me.
If you're listening to this, what happened was she had a white sheet over her head,
Oh my
and she
God.
was just lurking around in the background of the shot.
Oh my God.
And then Peter caught her out of the corner of his eye and freaked.
Holy crap.
That's very good. Oh, that's good.
I didn't think I would be that. I didn't think that would do that for me.
You've been trying to freak me out.
I'm all keyed up. I'm ready for it. Now that was just
you ready for
terrifying.
this? I'm gonna launch into the story now.
Oh God, that got me good.
Because this is
Okay.
freaky.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay, do your story.
it happened to me, right? A friend of a friend.
A friend of a friend.
It happened. You're
Yeah.
my friend,
Yeah.
and
My
so,
friend Chris had this happen to him.
Yeah. So
Yeah. A
yeah.
friend of a friend, you. Okay.
I'm your friend. You're my friend. This happened to your friend Chris. Me. Here we go. So it is late. It is probably 4 a.m. It is a night after partying at a comedy bar in Toronto. I order an Uber. I'm just
Okay.
gonna order an Uber home.
So far, pretty straightforward story.
I'm a little bit I've walked up to away from the main street to sort
Okay.
of catch. I'm just trying to walk a little bit home, and then I'm gonna order an Uber. I'm like, I'm not
Nothing
gonna
out of the
walk.
ordinary here.
Okay.
This is a regular old boring story so far.
It says, okay, great. I connected with an Uber driver. They're coming. It's a
Great.
blue Hyundai Elantra. I remember that. It's a blue
Yeah.
Hyundai Elantra. A blue Hyundai Elantra pulls up. And I'm like, okay, great, perfect. And I wave at him. This is my guy. And he kind of like looks at me and is like, yeah, come on in. And I go to the back doors to get in like an Uber, and they're locked. I can't get in. And he's like he's like waving to me to get into the front. And I'm like, oh, okay. And in the back seat, like there's all this like stuff from work. I remember there being like a cooler, and like I can't sit in the back because there's stuff on the seats. So he's like, get in the front. And then I go to the front and get in with him, and he removes stuff from the seat. He's got like a lunch box or something, like a paper bag. I mean, he moves that to the floor, and I sit down there with him, and he's like, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, just to like Ossington and college, like very close. Like I'm living in Little Italy of Toronto.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, just basically it's around the corner. But I'm already thinking like, why is he asking me that? Like, it says right in his GPS where I'm going. I'm like, why are you asking where I'm going? I'm already thinking like that. I'm like, okay, weird. He doesn't really have a GPS set up.
Oh.
I'm already kind of.
Oh no.
I'm like, oh, what is this? Okay, so he starts driving me home, and I'm like, okay, turn left here on College. I'm directing him home, basically. And he says, fuck, there was a knock on the door. It's freaking me out.
For real? On that actual door?
Yeah. So I got sidetracked here. So I'm directing him home.
Well, you could check that on that knock on the door if you want.
No.
You're not okay. As long as you don't get murdered.
Oh, have you set up a prank?
No. I promise I have not set up a prank.
You've set up a prank.
I did. No, I didn't set up a prank.
Fuck you.
I didn't. I 100% did not set up a prank.
I thought you were like
No.
texting somebody to come look at the door.
That'd have been so funny. I should have.
Oh,
I didn't.
man.
I didn't.
My
No, I
heart
swear
was
I didn't.
pounding opening that door there.
Why have we done this to ourselves?
This is crazy. Okay, anyway, so he's driving down Beatrice where I live now. I'm telling everyone where. It doesn't matter. Come find me, people. Come at me.
Yeah, look, there's a room you can hide in and scare him and murder him from.
Yeah. So he's driving, and I'm like, that's my house right there. That's it. And he just drives past it. And I'm like, oh, that's my stop. That was my stop. Hey, stop. And I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, that was it right there. Because I'm already on edge about like.
This for real happened?
And then, and then he stops. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I get out. I shut the door. I don't really like say thank you or anything. I'm a bit freaked already. He drives off. And then I get a phone call from a number. And I answer the phone. And it's my Uber driver wondering where I am
Yo.
to get picked up.
Dude.
So this stranger just saw a person on the side of the road, like, being like, I was like, he thought I was a hitchhiker, basically, and he offered to give me a ride
in
home.
downtown Toronto, basically.
Yeah.
Or in Toronto.
So this guy, I was, when I got that call and the person asked where I was, my asshole fell out. So this just guy was being nice and offered me a ride home.
Oh my God.
Like that, isn't that weird?
That's crazy. That is, I'm wondering if when he didn't stop right away, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like make you feel bad, but I'm wondering if when he didn't stop right away, if he was weighing his options. Do you know what I mean? If he was like, maybe I
Yeah.
don't stop. Like, what should I do with this guy?
I've
Like,
also thought
either
like,
he was trying
maybe-
to rob you, or you know what I mean.
Right.
Like he's like maybe he was thinking about it. He was weighing.
I
his,
have no idea. I've thought about what that was, how that
And so wait-
happened, and the coincidence of it. It was a Hyundai.
yeah, the same vehicle
I
we
don't-
were looking for.
Yeah, it was the same. I
was
didn't
he
check
not-
the licenses. I always
Yeah.
check the license now.
Now I bet, and now I will too.
Getting
Was
that
he not
call.
like? Was he friendly about it or something? Was he just like, oh hey, how's it going?
He
Or is he
was
just
sort
quietly
of
drove you?
friendly. Yeah, he was sort of friendly. He was asking me like how my day was, how my night was, where I was coming from, comedy bar. He started talking about comedy bar. Like he was like, yeah, I like that place. And then he was like, where are we going, right? I don't know. There's too much about it.
I don't know, man.
There's too much about
I'm
it.
worried for you. But
Wait,
now
do you
not
see
anymore.
that?
Don't.
Do you see? No, there's.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
We're getting Zoom bombed right now.
That's right, I'm just a
What?
ghost.
We're getting Zoom bombed. You don't see. There's a guy sitting in the dark.
Yeah, that's just
Like
No.
there's 3 boxes and there's a
that's
guy
right,
just
I'm a
sitting
ghost
in the
who's
dark. You don't
bombed
see
his
that?
Zoom
I'm
call.
seeing our box, my box, your box.
Oh, I'm a scary ghost.
He's sitting in our Zoom chat. What's he doing? Who is that?
What do you want? What do you want me to do?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is
Oh, yeah.
fucked. Who is that?
What's he doing?
Did you set that up? Who is
No.
this? Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
get
a
this?
scary
Like,
ghost who's bombed your
who is
Zoom
this?
call.
Is this Ivan or like
No, I don't know.
you're
I didn't
doing
do
another
it.
fight? Who is that? Who are you?
I didn't do anything.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Are you a ghost?
Oh yeah.
He said yes. He is a ghost. What do you want?
A submarine sandwich.
A Subway sandwich?
Yeah, there's something to eat.
That's
I haven't
all you
eaten in a long
need?
time.
What?
Can you get me a
Get him
Subway
out.
sandwich?
Boot
Hand him one.
Can you boot him
Please,
one?
get me a
Hand him a
Hand him-
sandwich?
Just
I
hand him
don't
a
have-
sandwich.
Well, I'll do
Where?
ghost
How?
things to you if you don't.
Through the camera?
Give me a
Chris, look at me.
submarine sandwich.
Chris.
What? Yes, I am.
Ghost things like picking
Believe.
up cups and putting cups back down.
Believe in ghosts?
Opening cupboards.
No, like hand him a
closing
sandwich that you
cupboards,
believe the.
Opening the fridge.
Wait, believe that sandwiches exist and
Yeah,
then
believe
hand him a
that.
sandwich?
Believe you have a
Believe
sandwich.
it.
Hand it to him.
Okay,
Believe it.
here we
Believe in
go.
a Subway sandwich. Believe that they exist.
here you go,
and
sir.
hand me one. Oh, thank you. That's amazing.
You're welcome.
I'm free now. You've
What?
done it.
That's all you
The
needed?
curse is lifted.
You're free now?
Goodbye.
Your body has been released because you just needed a Subway sandwich? Bye, friend. Goodbye.
Huh.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Which brings us to our sponsor for the episode, Subway Sandwiches.
Subway sandwiches.
Releasing ghosts to the, freeing them from the afterlife.
Make amends with the sins of your past.
That was
Subway
so
sandwiches.
Crazy how he just came into our Zoom chat
Out of control.
and then ate a sub.
And
then
but the
left.
crazy thing is, I edited this episode
Yeah,
and I
know.
couldn't see it.
That's
Do you know
what's
what I
so-
mean?
Yeah.
I
there's-
edited this whole episode after we recorded it. I edited it all,
Yeah.
and I couldn't see what you saw later on as the editor.
That is crazy.
That's some real.
That has
that's
been
crazy.
so spooky.
How does that even make sense?
It doesn't.
All right, listen. I wanted to get philosophical
Right.
about the aliens thing, but I actually have one last offering that I thought would be fun to kind of wrap
course.
up on. But
Throw
my
some
first
more sand on the 345 society.
sand pile or fire?
fire.
Are you throwing sand in the? Anyway.
Sprinkle it with dust.
Oh, and then it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I see what your reference was.
Do
Okay.
it.
No, my philosophical question is: do you believe in aliens? Not to the level, like scientifically, sure, there's life out there, and we just haven't found it yet, or whatever, blah blah blah. But do you believe in aliens and that they are contacting and walking and like noodling around on our planet?
Like there's aliens walking the earth.
Or scanning it or flying around and being like, yo, these humans are crazy. They keep pouring carbon into their atmosphere.
I mean, I feel like that. Yeah. I've also
You're on board. You're saying
somebody's monitoring us. We're being monitored. Now,
they're around. Like God or
no, like people or aliens are swooping on in, taking
Yeah.
a look, and then flying on out.
I do get the sense that we are
What do
being watched.
you think so?
I get the sense that we're being watched and liked and subscribed to.
Oh,
That was bad. That was bad. I don't know. No, I'm skeptical. I'm kind of a no. I think there's aliens. I don't think that they're like scanning and looking and doing stuff.
You think there's life out there, but
Sure.
we have never contacted them or been in contact with them.
I don't think so. I think the universe is massive.
But how do we know that?
How do we know what?
How do you know that the universe... Listen, I'm just going to be dumb for a second.
Oh, no.
You used to work at Science World.
Oh,
you
no,
can
I'm-
explain something for me.
He's a flat earther, everyone. We got a flat earther on our hands.
The universe is massive, okay?
Okay, yeah.
How do we know that?
See, now that is philosophical because that gets down to the question of what do you do? A, how do you find out if somebody is an expert? And B, do you just trust experts? And the obviously the only thing we can do is it's the same thing as like walking on a bridge. How do you know? Well, because a bunch of experts have told you that they hired other experts who are experts at building bridges to build it.
Right.
And so you're just like, oh, I guess so. Like every building we go into doesn't collapse just because like we don't know that it's not about to collapse. We don't know
You just
that
trust
the car you're getting into isn't going to just explode. You're just trusting it. You're like, I don't know. And I wonder, it's a little different with the universe because it's like, well, we don't have, like for buildings, we can see most buildings are standing. We can see most bridges don't collapse. And we know that it didn't collapse yesterday. And we know that that bridge has been there for 10 years. It's like, it's probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we have experience that informs our decision. But with the universe, and I think that's where the flat earthers get crazy, is because it's like, yeah, we can't really prove it. It's just stuff we get told. And then if you want, it depends. It's up to you. It's like, how much of it do you want to prove for yourself? And how much do you want to just lean on the experts? Because like you could get a telescope and then start doing the bare minimum of
I don't
looking.
even know how telescopes work.
Yeah. And we're
My
just
dad used
trusting
to
that those
build-
work.
My dad built one at one point.
Really?
I don't know. It's in our basement. I remember a big mirror.
I built this.
There's mirrors in it, and I built the telescope.
I built this telescope.
Christopher, would you like to come in here and look on the telescope? He had a
Christopher, come here.
mustache at the time too.
I
which
built this
have now,
telescope.
so that's
Beagles-
tripping me out.
Beagles are a horrible pet, and I built this telescope. That's a story to tell for
Yeah,
later.
fill people in. No, my
I was
dad's
just-
a veterinarian.
Yeah. And I was just talking about how my wife and I want to get a dog. We wanted
Yeah.
to get a beagle, and he just goes off on me. He's driving me somewhere, and he's
He's
like,
got
"Terrible
opinions about which dogs are worth your time.
pet. Beagles are a terrible pet, useless animal, simply useless." I think it's because he's a vet, so he sees them at their worst. He's seeing
He
like,
sees them at he's had
Yeah.
some. He's been bitten by some beagles. Maybe
Oh.
he doesn't think that beagles are like they're of
They have
all
too
the
many health
dog
problems.
choices out there. He's got opinions about pugs and bulldogs because of health problems. He's like, yeah, if you want to just buy a money pit and like you're just gonna throw all this money into respiratory problems for this dog.
right, yeah.
He's got lots
Why
of
do that?
opinions on like, why not just get a lab? Get a good lab. And also purebred dogs. He's like, you don't want a purebred dog. They
Yeah, just get a
come
mix.
with like disease and like
You just gotta get a
they
shit mix.
have all the inbred problems that
Right.
and just get adopt a good pet from a
Yeah, you don't-
SPCA.
You don't want to get a royal prince as a dog. You don't want to get an inbred royal thing.
Yeah, and then he's also got opinions about like all these purebred mutts, basically like labradoodles and like
Oh, okay.
puggles, which are essentially just
This thing with this thing.
mutts.
Yeah.
They're what anybody should be adopting. Anyway, but now they're like being bred with each other, and it's the whole thing again. A purebred mutt. Now it's like a labradoodle's this new type of dog.
Oh, so you want a purebred labradoodle, but you're like, that's
Yeah.
not, doesn't mean anything.
Which is, it is weird that we do that to animals.
Yeah.
Like, I want this animal to not have fur. I want it to have hair.
It's
and that
not
is
great.
essentially what a labradoodle is. It's
Oh.
like, it doesn't shed. Poodles have hair, right? And dogs, other dogs have fur.
You are blowing my mind, and I don't understand what any of that means. They have hair.
Right, hair.
Like human
they
hair.
don't shed. No. Well, it's, it doesn't come out. And it like stays and it grows and you have to get them cut. You have to take your dog for a trim to the groomers.
Midnight Society. Their hair never falls out.
And other hair, like a lab, for instance, will shed.
Oh, so you don't have to take them to get that cut.
Yeah,
it just falls off.
and they're hypoallergenic. That's why it's
right.
like
So that's why you want
poodles
one.
are hypoallergenic. This is a funny thing. Like on Curb Your Enthusiasm, there was this whole episode about getting advice from the son of a doctor. And like when you're the son of a doctor,
Everyone's like, what
some
do you think
people
this is?
still go to you and are like, "What do you think?"
So people
and
ask you animal questions.
People will ask me animal questions because I'm the son of a vet. Now, do I also have this confidence of like, I'm a son of a vet, so yeah, I do know some shit about
So
your
you
dog.
do have that confidence.
I can give you a diagnosis. At the very least, I'm going to text my dad.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, and then you have that access.
It is a weird confidence to walk around with. Like, I'm the son of a vet.
Me? I'm a vet's son. Yeah, that's funny.
So
your
I
dad,
thought, yeah.
your dad achieved such a level of success that it spills over onto you.
Yeah.
I'm a vet's son.
My dad's a doctor, so yeah.
My dad's George Clooney, so I'm just successful as well.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that's Colin Hanks, kinda. I mean, I still think he is actually a good actor,
Yeah, for sure.
but I do feel
Colin
like
Hanks is great,
Tom
but
Hanks' success has spilled over onto him.
He's a star.
Yeah,
I love Tom Hanks.
we all love Tom Hanks.
Now, we want to quickly dive into there's conspiracies about Tom Hanks too. That are
Okay,
weird.
hit me with this, but then I have an offering, but hit me with this one. I want to know the Tom Hanks conspiracy theory.
They're like, it's Epstein shit. Like he was
Oh,
on, it's like
QAnon
he's been
stuff
to
or
that
whatever.
fucking island, and also
Right.
he's been to jail for pedophilia. Like
He has? Or
no,
that's the conspiracy?
Of course not.
The
But
conspiracy is that.
there is enough like people online going like, sorry to say, but
Yeah.
he is. Sorry. I know I didn't like it either, but he is. And people that just truly believe that.
See, and that goes back to what you were saying earlier of how do we know that the universe is massive or whatever, and then people are like, yeah, you don't know that, and so they're so skeptical about something that somebody has done like a 10-year doctorate on,
Yeah.
and not skeptical about somebody saying, Tom Hanks went to prison. And then that spreads faster than things like the universe is big. I think we are great at trusting experts. We just are not good at identifying which people are experts.
Yes, for
And,
sure.
like on the internet, if you read anything, you'd be like, that's not a real thing. I need to read that 65 more times in different, like the New York Times has got to show up in a proper thing before I even think that's possibly true.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there's some people that would say that, oh, was it a New York Times article? Oh,
Yeah.
great, and they'll just like write that off. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm like, put all my, I'm like, yes, New York Times, of course, this is credible. Of course.
And at some point you have to do that because you just have to move on with your life. Otherwise, you're going to be like trying to figure this out for the rest of your life. Like, I don't know about the universe. You'll be stuck on like square one, unless you go like, I need to know that I'm just going to go ahead and trust like a major newspaper.
Yes. Now
I'm just going
typed
to.
in. Okay.
I also like Snopes for that. Snopes.com. Today's episode is brought to you by Snopes.com, the fresh maker. Snopes.com. You can go there. They'll it'll analyze things for truthfulness.
Fact check. Tom Hanks
Yeah.
was not arrested for pedophilia or other
done.
crimes in QAnon conspiracy. There we go.
QAnon.
Done.
Yeah. End of conspiracies.
Yeah, good.
That's got to be also a good way to know if you're in the right crowd is like what the experts are and what people around you are saying. So if you go to a rally for some sort of politician, I don't know which politician I'd possibly be talking about, and the people next to you are like, Tom Hanks is a pedophile and the earth is flat.
Yeah, you should
and you're
go
probably like,
away.
Yeah, you're
from
probably
that.
in the wrong group. You probably got to get out of there.
I want to watch. I know there's
Yeah.
a documentary out there about flat Earth
On
about
Netflix, and it's
flat
amazing.
earthers. You watched it?
It's great. It's great.
Do they? Do the people in the documentary
Yeah.
have credible arguments where you can go, okay?
I don't want to spoil anything unless you want me to.
I mean,
But no, they don't.
they don't. Okay.
No.
Well, I want to watch a doc
should watch
that
it, though.
really dives in and makes me try to believe it. Makes me believe it.
Yeah. I saw, and I'm just going to say this, and maybe I'm going to get made fun of in the comments, but I did see a 9/11 truther thing that was like, ooh. I was like, ooh, maybe though.
Oh, I like.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And then I showed it to like Shmuel, our smarter friend.
Sure.
And I felt like an idiot as soon as I posted it to him.
We should have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
For a conspiracy sort of.
That sounds
episode.
great.
I feel like we've talked a lot about some good story, like legitimately some good stories. And
I have an offering to wrap things
right.
up.
You had one more offering.
You may have heard of these. I'm going to try to just freak you right the hell out before the end of the episode.
Okay.
Okay? Very carefully, look over your shoulder.
Don't.
No, I'm kidding. I was just kidding again. All right. These are some of my favorite 2-sentence horror stories.
Oh, I love that.
You love these?
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
The saddest.
So maybe we'll have some music and it'll be fading out or something, but like while we read these and get spooked out. But like, thank you for watching the episode. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for letting us try something different this time, but only this time. Next time won't be different.
Next time will be different. Yeah.
Oh, it will be different. You're saying?
Yeah, next time
I was
will be
gonna say. I was gonna say we were done. We figured it out. It's gonna be this every time.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. No, but you're saying it's gonna be different. Okay.
Next
well,
time
we'll
will be
figure
different.
it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for watching, and we'll leave you on some 2-sentence horror stories. You ready, Chris?
Yeah.
There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone.
Oh. Fuck.
Okay, and I want you to rate these. I want you to rate these like one to spooky.
That if that happened,
Yeah,
if I woke up
yeah,
and I did live alone,
yeah,
that is the most terrifying thing.
yeah. Oh
that
yeah,
you can-
absolutely.
That is
I'd move.
insanely scary.
I would not go back in
no.
that. I would leave the house. I would not go back in. Somebody else would have to get my
I'm
stuff.
done. I'd be done.
I would hire friends to go in a large group and get all my stuff.
Oh my god. Whew. Yeah, that's good. That was spooky.
Here's another one.
Another one, please. Yeah.
My sister says that mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister. Oh, that one didn't do it for you. Oh,
No,
kinda.
well-
It was a soft one though.
It started to get into like family tree stuff for me, which always my head starts to
Oh,
spiral. Like my cousin's
You're like,
uncle.
wait, my
you're
mom's
like,
sister. Okay, not to rip on you, Chris. Not to rip on you.
That one was
But
an
that
easy one to
literally
follow.
was my sister. There was like no family tree involved at all. The tree was one branch.
Yeah, we're not talking second cousin once.
Yeah.
What that means.
Yeah, like I hate to be rude to you, but that was a real easy one to understand.
Yeah, you can be rude. You can. Be
That was a
rude.
softball.
Okay.
All right, here's another one. I'm going to tell you, though, this one does have a parent in it, so understand that that's just one level above you.
So right, that's my
Mom, your
parents
mom?
are my mom
Your-
and dad
Yeah, so
Okay.
your mom is one of your parents.
is a parent.
Yeah.
Okay,
ready?
Okay, cool.
You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you're heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too."
Oh, that one gave me chills.
Okay, there we go. I kind of gave me chills.
Yeah.
I'm making sure I'm not getting any.
Oh, yeah, that was
Okay.
a good one.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you can just. Oof.
Okay, that one's kind of gross, so I'm not going to read that one. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't want to hear the gross one.
Oh, I hate this one. Oh, I hate this one a lot. Are you ready?
Okay.
I can't. Oh, I don't like this. I don't even want to say it out loud. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead.
Oh. What? You buried
So
him
I guess-
alive.
Or you find out that's what death is, that you're just where you were just are in your body forever. Just sitting in your rotting body as it rots away.
Oh, fuck. Oh. I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a creaky door behind me. Yeah, I didn't like that. There's the door creaked behind me. All right, ready?
You have one more one?
I could go for an hour. There's a bunch of these.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we'll wait till I want to get like proper spooked. And
Okay.
then we'll
I mean,
end
I'm
on
not.
that.
I'm not spooked. Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
okay.
My daughter. It's always daughters. and little girls. Anyway,
Yeah.
my daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Some of these are just sad. Some of these are like, I love my wife. She's dead. And you're like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. That's
You're like, oh, that's a bummer.
too bad she's a ghost.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, well, I'm looking for one more, but I want you to hit me with one.
You want me to hit you
Yeah,
with one
give me
off,
a two. Make
off
one
the
up.
top
Yeah,
of my head?
like that. Too bad she's a ghost. It's all they are. It's a very simple formula. It's like you set something up that sounds kind of normal, and then you change the circumstances to be like it's been wrong this whole time.
I went to the park and I started swinging on the swings, and a ghost was pushing me. I turned around and a ghost was there.
Yeah, all those stories are like, yeah, I went to the grocery store. Too bad there was a ghost next to me. I reach for the kale. A ghost beats me to it. There is no more kale.
Oh, man. Oh.
I saw that.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Ready?
Okay, yeah, you got another
Once
one?
upon a time,
Yeah.
there was a boy. The boy grew up and then died. Did
That's
he
too many-
become a ghost?
That's so many sentences so far.
Oh, he did become a ghost. And he's right behind you!
Ah! A 5-sentence horror story.
Yeah, that one sucked. That one
All right.
sucked. Okay, hit
Here's
me with
the last
a
one. Are you
proper
ready for the
written
last one?
Yeah.
All right. I never go to sleep, but I keep waking up. I
fuck.
really thought that last one about waking up constantly was gonna get you.
It did. It got me. But then there was a real ghost behind you.
Oh yeah, right. But then I couldn't see it, and neither could everyone else. Which is actually even kind of more scary. Yeah, I don't have any. There's other ones here. There's so many, but some of them are they're not quite scary. It's the same thing. It's the thing you just said. It's like, I woke up. She did not. And it's like, what? So your wife died? Like, that's not a horror story. That's just a sad story.
It's so sad.
Yeah, that's just sad. Now I just feel sad. All right, this has gone on way too long. I absolutely think we should have ended earlier, but I'm just having too much fun.
With the power of editing, we can end whenever we want.
This time.
That would be a great. That could be the end.
that would have been a good one. Yeah.
Here's one last one, just in case it gets a good reaction. Okay. I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first, I thought it was a window until I heard it come from the mirror again.
Whoa. Yeah. That's good. It's good.
Do it for me.
It's
Do it
good.
for me.
Yeah.
We should probably end at the when you ended it. When you said that.
With the power of editing, you can end things whenever you want.
Sattva mattresses. Kill your loved ones.
This meeting of the Midnight Society is concluded. Again, thank you for meeting in the afternoon.
I'm not going for a kiss. I was gonna go like to blow, like and then blow
yeah,
our.
yeah.
You blow yours out first. I'll blow mine out. You know what I mean?
My
like, meeting of the
screen
Midnight
out.
Society,
Yeah.
and then okay. You know
And that concludes the meeting of the Midnight Society.
Stay safe out there, my pretties.
Oops. Don't mind me, I just spilled mustard.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.